You ready?
Okay. We
Okay.
are recording.
Yay! All right. So number 1 is make sure in gallery view. Yes, we're recording. So number 2, introductions. All right. My name is Isadora, and I'm the facilitator this weekend. Amber.
I'm Amber, and I will be the host this week, or for Module 6. Aaron.
I'm Aaron, and I'm the jokester. Paul.
I'm Paul, and I'm the timekeeper. Marina?
Hi, I'm Marina. I'm the challenger. Cheyenne?
I'm Cheyenne, and I'm the submitter.
Right. So then list anyone absent. Everybody's here, so we're good. All right. Joke of the day.
All right, so I actually invented a new word for the joke of the day. It's plagiarism.
Oh my gosh. I was like, wait.
I don't get it.
Really, I invented the word plagiarism.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, no, not funny.
Yeah.
Ha, ha, ha,
I had to
ha.
think about it. Oh, my. Oh, goodness.
I like that one.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Number 5. So each team member identifies those readings and videos which they have not completed, and be honest. Discuss any adjustment needed to the agenda as a result, anything charted action needed. So I started, I don't know, I read everything. It was kind of fun. It was kind of fast too. So it was kind of cool.
Mhm.
Cheyenne?
I read and watched everything. Aaron?
Yeah, I read and watched everything as well, Marina.
I read and watched everything. I really liked the last video on the power of vulnerability.
Yeah, I like
Remember?
that one.
Yeah.
She was all over the place. I'll go next since I popped up. I read everything and watched all the videos. Paul?
Yeah, I covered all the material. All good again.
Well, thank you for sending us the chatter thing too
It
on the
became-
email.
It became immediately obsolete, though, because she changed things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
like
sent it
half-
mine
half of
before
it.
too, so I was like, oh well.
It was a nice gesture.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Oh, I didn't
Well-
even realize that it changed. Ugh, that's
I
okay.
didn't either.
That's okay. I put my notes in for what I copied and pasted, but because I looked at it, it should be okay. So
What
fine.
changed?
She
So-
changed some of the things.
She changed the prompts on the notes, so if you turned in what I sent out,
Gosh. Shoot.
Wait, say that again, Paul.
so I let her know that the notes. I let her know that the notes and the agenda had different prompts, and she got back to me and adjusted it and sent out a class notification. So,
Okay,
so you may need to send in a new notes assignment if you did the wrong one.
cool. I didn't even see like a notes.
There
Prompt?
wasn't a template. You just had to take the questions from
From the agenda.
the agenda or from the learning materials page.
Okay, cool. And I did that like literally 2 hours ago, so it probably didn't change.
Right on.
Is that the same one that was on the announcements?
Yeah. The one that she put out in the announcement it's got like chapter 4, the conclusion chapter, and then the 2 TED Talks, and that's it.
Okay.
No George Washington for this note assignment.
Cool.
Oh, that's what
Which
it was.
she didn't link anyway. So
Okay, understood. Thank you.
All right. So moving on to number 6. And I'm sorry about the dogs, and because like I say, my husband is cutting the grass, so when he comes in, they're gonna bark. So I apologize already. So
I'm sorry. Who's cutting the grass at 8 o'clock? I know Alaska's sunny, but that just seems inconsiderate.
it is, but I just live here, so there's nothing I can do. So moving on, question 6. Review and discuss feedback. I think I just sent you guys a text. I didn't see any feedback, so I don't know if I was missing anything. So I guess we didn't have any feedback still. So then number 7, review agenda and makes any any needed changes, including any issues remaining from previous meetings, addition readings, videos offering by team members, or any changes as a result of other chain and feedback needed, and team chart actions or modifications due to members' preparation or absence. Do we really need to do something in this part, or what do you guys think?
I think we just have to push the next meeting. We still have to review the past 2 meetings, like feedback.
Okay, so we won't be able to do that one until we have that feedback.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you gonna say something, Sarah? I'm sorry, I saw you like moving. I was
No,
like, oh.
it's okay. I don't know if this is later on, but at some point we need to figure out who's going to evaluate who.
I think it says here on the end of
Okay,
this
okay.
meeting thing.
Cool. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
That's funny.
Sorry. So number 8. So team building activities. I'm so sorry. So we sometimes often have a hidden persona or a tentative vision of ourselves. If you could choose anything to do, to be, what is your alternative name or stage name, and why did you select that name? So I don't know if you guys want to start, since my dogs are going crazy. Go for it. Sorry. I'll go. So since my name is very different, when I was a kid, I always want to have a different name, because every time I go out, people are like, oh, what's your name? I'm like, Isadora. They're like, oh, that's different. And sometimes I didn't know if that was like a good thing or a bad thing, because people sometimes will give you a look like, weird. And I was like, oh, okay. But I always use my first part of my name, like Eza. So if anybody will say something, because that's what my family said, I'll say Eza. So if I could choose anything to do, I did 2 years of architect in Brazil, and I loved it. And then I moved here, and I hate it, because houses in USA are made out of like wood. It's not fun. So if I could do anything, I would go back and be an architect in Brazil, and come back here and then just do it differently. And that's for me. Aaron.
So mine's a little cheesy because I don't really know. I don't know. I found the question. I had to think about it for a second, but my mom always one of my mom's favorite shows. She watches The Middle. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the character on there named Axel. My mom thinks I'm like him a lot, which I don't really know, but I always liked that name. And my German name when I was doing German class was Axel, so I'd probably be Axel. I don't know why I would pick that. It's just kind of like, I just thought it was like a cool name, really, and it like starts with my name, like the same letter. So I don't really know. That's just kind of what I would do. It sounds like kind of like a rock star name, I guess. I don't know. Shut up. You're the worst. You can go next.
So I really don't have an answer for this question, because I don't have a fake name or a stage name. I mean, like, at one point when I started writing, I considered like making a pen name, but I never followed through with it. I'm pretty much, if I do it, I'm putting my name on it, and if somebody doesn't like that, I really can beat that person. So it doesn't really matter. I don't have a fake name. So
Your fake name is Flat Stanley.
Flat. Hey, that's a reference. Wow. Wow, that's a reference. All right. Marina, do you want to go?
Sure. So my stage name would be Beanie. It's actually funny because that's what, like, I don't really get called Marina. I get called Bean or Beanie. And so it's funny, like, when I join like a group like this or whatever, and everyone calls me Marina, and I'm like, who is that? But I would do Beanie because my 4 sisters and I, like, our like goal, we all want to open a little coffee shop together. And so yeah, we love coffee, and I just love coffee shops, and so I guess it'd be that. Cheyenne?
Okay, I debated whether or not I was going to say this or not. And there's a lot to the backstory, so I'm not going to go like super into it. But my stage name is Cheyenne Pepper, and my friend gave it to me. And his tagline for it is Cheyenne Pepper because I make it hot. I'm not going to finish that statement. But so that's my stage name. I don't know if I really own up to it, but that's just what it is. So, Amber.
So I don't know that I have an alternate version of myself. So when I was younger, I had my karaoke stage name, which is Lucretia Alale. Okay, yes. Because I do love me some karaoke. But I don't know that I would do anything differently, and I don't know that I have really an alternate version of myself outside of if a stranger is asking what my name is and they are off, I will give them that name because I don't want them to really know my stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so moving on, if everybody's happy. Number 9, so discussion of the readings and videos. So I don't know if you guys want to do like last week. I kind of like it. We kind of just like summarize everything all together and just like put it out.
Yeah. It kind of like said that to do it in the prompt like of that one. This one
Okay.
actually has like a question for each one.
Okay.
Like, well, just like the 2 textbook chapters and then the videos. There's just like 4 questions pretty much. So
Okay. So let's do textbook chapter 4. I don't know. I can go first. I don't know that one. I kind of, what did I say? See, I'll go in and I forgot where my notes are. So sorry.
I can go first.
Go for it. I was like, where is it?
So the question was discuss whether, or like, it was like, read this. It was mostly about the case study on page 57, and then discuss whether it was necessary to hold an in-person meeting with team members to resolve the problems. What are pros and cons? I just said I think it's pretty much a necessity, in my opinion, to resolve conflicts because it's a lot harder to clearly communicate over like an email or like a text or even like phone calls because you're missing like be like what's the word, body language and like just like that kind of behavior, and then also like like some of the pros to face would be like you can it allows for team building exercises and like instant communication and feedback, which is kind of what I was just saying. And then some cons would be like, for instance, in like the virtual setting would be having to set up a time for everyone that works with all the different time zones. And then as far as the case study goes, like the size of the group would need to be reduced because face-to-face would be really hard with a bunch of people like that. That's what I got out of it. Amber, do you want to go?
I can. I know that you said that the email was an issue as far as communicating or receiving body language, but I would say it depends on what information is needing to be shared. If it can be sent in an email, as far as the information that needs to be sent out, it just needs to be sent in an email. There's no reason on earth to hold a meeting for information that can legitimately be, expressed in a document of, quick points. This is what we're doing. This is when it starts, more to come, that needs to just be communicated. And even in the instance of the case study, I think that definitely there needed to be like 2 separate meetings, one with the group here, one with the group here. Y'all need to designate a leader and they can come to me. And that would eliminate there being, an issue between trying to balance between all of the people. There really should be, at least 3 points of contact. I can't remember what her name is, but whomever was leading the group, and then
Rachel.
one from each time zone, because there being so many disconnects and there being so many issues as far as trying to get the team to coordinate and work together. So the fact that there were that many team members is not necessarily a problem if it warranted it. So it got up to that point for a reason. But if there was no, this is your point of contact here, and this is your point of contact here, and this is how we're going to have a meeting on a continuing regular basis, so everybody knows what, right hand knows what the left hand is doing, so we're working together. I would say that it was a need for some of it, but not necessarily to meet with everybody. To meet with everybody is unnecessary, I would say. Marina, you want to go next?
Sure. I agree with what you guys are saying. So ultimately, like, my response to the question is, I think an in-person meeting might be necessary, but I feel like there are many more steps Rachel could take before she got to that. I think she could, what you were saying, Amber, like, I think there should be a point of contact for, each location, like New Jersey and California. And also she could ask them for, like, any meeting she's not at, like, ask them for, like, the agenda of the meeting, and then, like, the notes from the meeting, and really just kind of give the team more structure, because it sounds like everyone's trying to do their own thing. And if she's, like, the leader of the team or the project, I think she just, she needs to empower them, but, like, also it sounds like they just need, like, clear expectations of, like, communication and collaboration. Paul?
So I agree with a lot of what you said, and I mainly came at this from where Amber did. Like, having been in absolutely pointless meetings that should have just been an email, or I would have taken a text message instead of being in a room with these people. Hold on a second. It absolutely, I don't think an in-person meeting is necessary. Don't get me wrong. I think if they did an in-person meeting, they can make it beneficial and they can use it well. But I don't think it's necessary. I think what needs to happen, like Aaron first said, is that 34-person team needs to get cut down. Like, you better be working on global health issues if you've got 34 and up people working on this.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounded like such a huge team for, like, such a little...
Rachel needs to get her life together. 34 people is not necessary. This is worse than when she went back to Ross. I mean... Just
come on, Rachel.
Sorry, I'm off topic, and I'm the timekeeper. I don't think it's necessary, but like I said, there could be pros if they did the in-person meeting. I know it's a lot easier to communicate, like, nuances in body language and, like, tension when you're in person. It's easier to pick up on things sometimes when you're not, there's not a screen in between you. But like Aaron said, it'd be such a hassle to try and plan an in-person meeting with a 35-person team, or even if they just selected, like, certain delegates to meet in person, then you have the hassle of deciding, well, who represents what faction the best, and what are our key talking points, and how do we make sure this person's going to go there and actually say what we need them to say. It's just a lot of issues that they could handle, I think, better if they did it virtually, which gives everyone an easier time to access it. Again, that's everyone after people have been cut out, because I don't think a 34-person team, even virtually, is going to be easy. Obviously, the cons of a virtual team, or a con of an in-person meeting, besides the hassle, was that if Rachel's, like, I'm just using her name, but, like, if anybody's having this much difficulty leading virtually and can't even just email or get somebody on the phone, they'll probably get easily overrun in person. Their confidence may drop because now they don't have that sense of security of, like, technology between you. You have to be in the room with somebody. And if you get undermined in person, they'll never expect that same leader to be able to lead them from halfway across the country. So if this in-person meeting goes poorly, she may not ever recover from it. I think there's a lot of other steps, like Marina mentioned, that can be taken to handle this better than an in-person meeting to just end-all be-all might ruin this project.
Well, you keep in mind, her as the head of the project, she could literally be like, hey, you contact me, and you contact me too. You're it. That's
She's
it.
not, though.
Well, I'm just saying she could do that as far
should.
as delegating. This is you're not in charge, but guess what? You're going to be the one to communicate this information and take that. Yeah.
Cheyenne?
So I agree that I don't think that an in-person meeting would be necessary, or it wouldn't be effective either. However, some of the pros to, like, having an in-person meeting, if that's something they chose to do, is, like, it gives you an opportunity to grow a greater relationship. And then, like, I don't know, the more comfortable you get with people, the more willing you are to communicate. So maybe like they need some more trust within like their team to open up that line of communication. And then I guess in some sense you might be able to come to a conclusion faster, but I think that's situational. The cons though, everybody getting to the meeting, like some people are in California, others are in New Jersey, and then they also have people who are like on global or whatever, and that's such a waste of like resources and time, because most likely like if they're working for a company, the company would be sponsoring all 34 members to come to one place. That's plane tickets, hotels, food, everything else, and that's such a waste of resources. And so honestly, the best bet would be one, like cutting down the size of the team and then doing like a video conference call. Like I think that's going to be what would be most like beneficiary to this. Isadora.
Hey. Okay, sorry guys, I found my notes. So I put also like I agree with pretty much a little bit of everything, and I put that in-person meeting, it would take longer than 3 hours. Like she was trying to do the virtual meeting for 3 hours. I feel like it would take longer because everybody would gonna try to give their input because they feel like they have to do that because they are in there. So it would take longer for them to get anything done. And so you're already flying everybody and all of that. So what I have in my Starbucks, since we are in Alaska and we don't have that many Starbucks, and we are like, it's for the whole state, we have the virtual meeting. And then what we do, like all the managers, we have a virtual meeting every Monday. Like instead of having a phone call, we have a virtual meeting every Monday. And then all the managers getting there, which there's a total of 14 of us only. So there's the 14 of us in there. And then what happens is they separate it for like the whole town that we have right now. So which is like Anchorage area to Fairbanks. And then they have different meetings. And I think Rachel should have thought about that. She should have like separated. So you had 34. She should have a California. And then she'll go to California and take care of all of that. And then have somebody there taking care of most of the stuff for her. Because sometimes being the team leader of all of that, there's a lot of pressure. And then she has to deal with like 34 people pressuring her. If she has people in California dealing with that, people in New Jersey dealing with that, it will be easier for her to manage the project. And she won't kind of miss out, like she was saying at the end, she won't miss out what was going on. So that's one of the things I got it from that. All right. So any more comments before we go to the textbook conclusion? Okay, so the textbook conclusion, comment on the 6 lessons and how they apply or did not apply to the team in this class. In your team discussions, be sure that the team address all 6. Amber, do you want to start?
You're on mute.
Sorry, cracking myself up. I was just gonna say, do we each want to take one?
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
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 What about that is funny?
Huh?
What about that was funny though?
I can't remember what I said, but I laugh a lot. So I said something and I cracked myself up, and then I was trying to talk, but I was on mute.
That's fair. All right.
Okay. Actually, I'll just start at the top and we'll work our way. So for the teams and teamwork, how I thought that it was relevant to our team. I have that, due to the nature of the course, it was definitely helpful viewing like the different types of teams and where our team would fall into as far as like it being a temporary team, because it was such a short course that we had to just dive right in, and that while we did do some group activities initially, we had to really just get to know each other as time went on, because we didn't have time to spend time on team building and all the working together first and the trust beforehand. We had to just do it as we were going through things. So I think it was definitely relevant for us. And then also I do want to just give kudos really to Cheyenne, Aaron, and Marina for sacrificing your sleep, and then also not going to obligations that you already had. So it definitely goes to show that you were putting the team above individual needs for the success of the team. So I definitely think that as time goes on, or it went on, that was something that was easier for you to do versus in like the very beginning of the course. So good job, guys. Who wants to go next? Volunteer.
I'll go. But wait, did you do number 1?
I did
or
teams and teamwork.
teams and teamwork?
So I just went through the modules and I just took the subheadings and then went back into the lesson. Is that right?
So number 1.
Number 1.
What's number 1 for you guys? Mine is focus on people issues.
Yeah, focus on
In
people
the
issues.
conclusion chapter.
Okay, mine is not that.
You know
I-
what? I
don't know where I
misunderstood
threw.
that.
Okay, well,
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. Okay.
Mine is mute.
I'll do because I think what you touched on, Amber, is like exactly what number 2 is for me. Like it's no trust, no team.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
I'll
that's
do
mine.
number 1.
I misunderstood that question. Let me tell you what I did. I did the modules and went back to each lesson. I'm like, this is how this is relevant to the team. So I guess maybe I just didn't understand that very well. So that's my bad. Mark 2 off for me.
Okay, cool. So I'll do number 1. So it's focus on people issues. And I feel like to an extent it did apply to our virtual team. I think it has a huge role in all virtual teams. I know our virtual team is only together for like 7 weeks. But I think like effective interactions is like the foundation of a successful virtual team, like being able to communicate and get stuff done. And so I feel like we really took the time to get to know each other in our first meeting and throughout the semester, and I feel like it really helped our performance as a team. It makes me think of when we got peer reviewed by the other team. One thing they commented on is how I don't know if they used the word goof off or what, but they
Banter, I think.
banter. And it's just, I feel like that actually helped us though, because it just made us a more cohesive unit, in my opinion. And I feel like we have effective interactions. So I feel like it really did apply to our virtual team. Aaron, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. So the third one was soft skills are essential. I basically just wrote that I think that's something, the soft skills part of it was something that we've learned like kind of throughout this class, like learning about virtual teams and, what's good and what's not. And I also feel like a lot of us probably have already had prior experience with some of our other jobs and stuff, like with soft skills. So I think that just kind of helped us mesh together really well. That's all I really got out of it, though. It was like a short one. Paul?
So for number 4, to me was really not applicable because we are a designated short-term organization or team. However, chances are we could still come across some of those obstacles, but that's why I wanted to point out that we do already do pretty much all of the actions that the book suggested to combat possible obstacles. So I thought that even if it did apply to us, we're covered.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good. But yeah, like soft skills, it's a pretty short response. Sorry about
Yeah.
that. Isadora, you want to go?
No, I think I did the same thing as Amber, so I kind of separated for sections, and I kind of got
Says 6 less.
one. Yeah, so I kind of put like the performance and stuff. 'Cause I was like, okay, I think I misread that too. Cause I was like, I read the whole thing. I was like, well, that's kind of long. I was like, but okay. You still will mute, Amber, if you tried to
Damn
tell
it.
me.
I'm sorry. I was just saying, to be fair, there are also 6 modules. So I was like, oh, that makes sense. I should go back and review some of my other notes. So that's what I
That-
did.
Yeah, so I'm sorry if I'm just gonna tell you something else. What I got was like the connection thing. I don't know if that was a thing, but it's like one of the things I got it from. And then I said that I am really shy and I don't like talking. So this whole 2 days that we had breaks, I was like reading and reading and reading the facilitator thing because I was like, I don't want to misread anything because I already have an accent and I'm like, I don't want to be like, I don't know, weird. But I think when we got our roles, we were literally like on top of what we were doing and everybody performed really well. And then I don't know, like I felt like in the first meetings, because I went back and saw some of our videos, and like in our first meeting, we were like kind of like happy, but not really. Like right now, I feel like right now we all like there's not that heavy weight on our shoulders anymore, and we're like, okay, we see them every day, and we can like text all the time, and of course Paul makes jokes all the time and stuff like that. It makes it easier for the team to be part of everything. So I put as like performance as a group, I think we are 18, even though we're we're one. I don't know, like Cheyenne.
You kind of even touched on the lesson a little bit because it was talking about a high touch environment,
Okay.
and that was like like electric techno. I don't know why it's worded like that, but electric technology. Like we like set up that group chat really early on, so that was really helpful.
Mhm. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Should I just, because Isadora did kind of touch on the high touch, should I just do the virtual team leadership? Okay. So last one was virtual team leadership matters. And I don't know how applicable this was to our team just because we never had like that set leader. But we did have like the rotating roles, and then I felt through the past couple of weeks like we have seen each person like step up into somewhat of a leadership role just throughout the meetings and in their own capacity, and so that's been kind of cool to see.
Right, we did it. All right, so then moving on, we watched the TED video of Susan Cain, The Power of Introverts. How does this inform your leadership of a team in the future? Paul, do you want to start?
Yeah, first of all, Marina, back off. Of course my dog is cooler than me. Dogs are cooler than people. That's just a natural fact. Okay, anyway. So for the Susan Cain video, talking about leadership in the future, so in the broad spectrum, to me, the main takeaway for this video is not to try and force a group personality, to embrace individual nuances, because otherwise, in this case, introversion is overlooked and almost demonized. People who naturally disagree with what you think is the status quo I had a better word for this, and now I don't remember what it was. They're not disgruntled, but they're made to feel belittled, and they're made to feel that they're not quite as effective in their natural state, that they have to change, and therefore they have this undermined sense as they continue on to their work. Specifically, it was to embrace the abilities in introverted people, which I am not, but I work with quite a few of them, and I completely agree with what the speaker was getting at, because there's a lot of things that I would overlook in my golden retriever running around extrovert sense that they're calm enough to stop and look at. So I thought it was a pretty good video. I thought she touched on the topic pretty well. Amber, do you want to go?
Unmute. Thank you. How it informs me of a team as far as leadership in the future, I would say that that it just exemplified that it is okay to be yourself and lead in the way in which comes natural to you. I do on my team, one of the directors, she is an introverted person, extremely introverted, to the point that when she's addressing us in like our town halls, she physically shakes. So that does not mean that in the background, though, that she's not effective, but she's extremely uncomfortable. And you can tell that she's extremely uncomfortable because of like her hand will physically shake with the microphone in her hand. And I always feel so badly because, I mean, realistically, she does an excellent and exemplary job as far as communicating information, as far as making sure that she is touching base one-on-one with everyone on the floor. So it definitely does. It certainly does set the tone for it is okay to be myself. I am technically an introvert. However, because of the roles that I have in customer service and just in general, growing up as a military child, I have to be direct. I have to speak with someone, immediately and get to the, the nitty gritty of it so they know who I am and that they remember, who I am. But in general, at the end of the day, I shut down. So I definitely, it spoke to me definitely on a personal basis though as well. So I really did enjoy it, and it definitely just like said, that's nice. That's really nice. Aaron?
Yeah, so my main takeaway from it was, it's pretty important to make sure that like everyone in a group is able to feel like themselves and like, not really force any type of attitude on them or personality. Like, they don't have to conform to the group's like, personality, I guess. And it's just like introverts, you just treat them like any other person in a team environment. Like, they just need to feel welcomed and liked by the group just as much as any extrovert does. And like, you don't have to give them any special treatment because they're an introvert. Like, that you just treat them like normal. That's basically what I got out of it. Marina or Beanie?
Oh, oh. So I didn't really understand the question. Like, how does this inform your leadership of a team?
It was really weirdly worded.
So inform is just meant as a synonym for influence or impact.
Oh, okay.
Like you came across a resource, now you're more informed, and now you're going to do something differently.
Okay, understood. Thank you. So one thing I really liked that the video said was introverts aren't necessarily shy. They're introverts based on how they react to social stimulation. And I felt like that was like a little bit eye-opening to me because I feel like I definitely have used introvert and shy interchangeably, but that isn't necessarily the case. I do agree that a lot of organizations are designed for extroverts and kind of like catering to them or like kind of rewarding being an extrovert. But I guess moving forward, like in leadership positions, I just would want to be cognizant of the fact that like of creating an environment that is gonna help introverts and extroverts both function at their best. And kind of like what Paul and Aaron were both touching on, I guess I just wouldn't want to force a group personality, and I'd want to like just try to be inclusive and make everybody feel like they can function at their best. Cool. Isadora?
Right, I'll go. I watched this video and I was like, oh my gosh, what this lady is trying to tell me. Because I was like, do you know me? Because I am a big introvert person. Like right now, every time I talk to you guys, I'm nervous. Like my heart's just like, it's like I don't feel, it's not that I don't feel comfortable. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know the feeling. But yeah, I also thought like Marina said, like I thought shy and like introvert were the same thing because that's how I feel. I feel shy, so I believe that's why I'm an introvert. But that's not technically the thing. So when I was when she was telling the video, I was like, when she went to the camp and then she bought books, that's me. Like every time I go places, I take my book. Like I go fishing, I hate fishing, so I'll take my book and there's so many people there, and then after it's like, oh, let's go eat, and I'm still having my book with me, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should put down because I need to be social. It's not that I don't want to be social, it's just like it's easier for me to be in my own shell than just like be this bubbly, and it's really weird because my whole family, they all bubbly, and I'm the only one it's like I'm the black sheep. That's what let's keep saying. So I love the video, but and I like how she said that there's three halves, like there's like three halves of introverts. Like it was kind of cool to know that. I was like, okay, so I'm not like one type of introvert, there's like other types that leads to other. And I love how she said that like extroverts, managers or leaders, have like the conflict every time they have ideas, and I see that at work a lot because like I said, I have 11 shifts and I have a lot of people that are extrovert in there, and they all trying to like, no, this idea is better, like it's butt heading all the time. So I felt like, yes, you know what, outside the box introvert, they did a little bit better. So I don't know. Cheyenne?
So I loved this video because I'm very much an introvert as well. And I know that like, so through high school and stuff like that, like I went into a lot of like leadership roles, like within my FFA program or school, anything like that. And as an introvert, like always made to feel that like I was less than because I wasn't an extrovert and I needed to be more outgoing. And it was always cultivated like towards extroverts in their learning environment. And so this video was like, yes, I'm not a weirdo. This is amazing. And so taking this into like my future leadership within teams, or even for me, like I want to be a teacher. And so taking this into my classroom, she was talking about how like in the classroom they're set up as pods to work together, and that's great because like that teaches teamwork, and for extroverts like that's a great learning environment for them. But also like switching that over to like allowing time for like silent work and time to like work by yourself, because that's where creativity happens, and that's where introverts, like if being in that sense of like solitude, like that allows them to think and be productive. So I think it might be difficult like trying to find like the right balance, because right now we're very like heavy on the extrovert side, but we can't like sway all the way over to like accommodating for introverts. So trying to find like the right balance can be difficult, but I think that it's something that's necessary. That makes sense.
Right, thank you guys. So the last video, the TED Talk about Brené Brown, the power of vulnerability, sorry, discuss your emotion reaction to this video. Since Marina said you like this video, I'll let you start first.
Thank you. Yeah, I've actually seen this video like multiple times before this class. I think it's just cool. Like, I thought it was cool that it was even in the module, because it definitely connects, I feel like, but I feel like I could also see a million reasons why a teacher wouldn't include it. But I think vulnerability is a scary thing for, all people, but it really can open the doors to connecting with people. And I felt like that was kind of the main message I got from it. And I think it relates to virtual teams and just all teams in general, because if you're able to make those connections and have those interpersonal relationships, you're going to have a more effective team. And so like being vulnerable helps people like do that and make connections with people, I think. So Amber?
I thought that was all over the place. It was very funny too. I enjoyed it. I laughed. I was like, oh, she's crazy. Especially when she was talking about going to the therapist who sees the therapist because of their BS meter. And I was like, I could see that. Yes, definitely. But I also took from it that vulnerability is necessary when trying to just connect with your peers. And I would say that is really an essential part of being able to build trust, because people feel like they can see who you are. They don't feel like you're hiding yourself or being shady or being unforthcoming about who they are as individuals, while still being, within the lines of like a workplace where it's, conducive for all, types of diversity in general. So we're still within a space, still able to be ourselves, but still being respectful in that. And let me see here. And then also I put that really it's just something that you can utilize in all areas of our lives. Of course, you are going to be vulnerable with, your close personal relationships, with your family, because, those who want to get to know with you and want to be able to achieve goals with you, they can tell whether or not you're invested. And part of that investment is how well are you connecting? But if someone's just closed off, it's like, why am I even bothering wasting my time? This person doesn't care about the effort that I'm putting forth in trying to achieve, said goal. Cheyenne, do you want to go next?
Yeah. So the question, like it says, like discuss your emotional reaction to this. So when I read it or watched the video, I'm like, vulnerability, like it sucks. Like it's terrifying to be vulnerable and everything, but it's something that's extremely necessary, like Amber was saying, like in all of our relationships, whether it be close personal relationships or relationships like within the workplace. Like, I don't know, I see this a lot. I'm a small group leader for 9th grade girls, and so if I'm not sitting there and being vulnerable with them as their leader, like they're not going to come to me and like ask those questions, or they're not going to be open with me, or even believe that like I actually care for them, and that I want them to succeed if I'm not being open and vulnerable with them. And I mean, they're just ninth graders, like, and they can already see right through that, like as they get older and as it's taken into an actual workplace setting, like that's just gonna get more, what's the word I'm looking for? That's only, I can't think of it. But that feeling of needing to be valued and appreciated is going to get higher and higher. And the only way that you can understand that is through building those relationships through vulnerability.
Is it validation?
I don't know. I honestly could not tell you, but thank you. Marina, did you go?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you did. You went first. Just kidding. Isadora.
Okay, so when I saw the video and then I read like the emotion reaction, the first thing that popped up to my mind when she was talking about vulnerability, it was like the military, because since I was part of the military and all of that, it's really hard to be vulnerable in the military. It's really hard to like show that, I feel like it. And so when I was reading that, she said like you have to really put yourself there. And then I seen like having the chiefs and all of that, like when we're looking for like when we were my husband was in the Navy and we were looking for a house, and then we need to like so many paperwork and all of that. It was kind of like hard for like him to walk in. I was like, hey, I need you to sign this. Like he has to be vulnerable to make sure like people will like get his paperwork done, because I was mad at him. I was like, hey, we need this. We need a house. We need to get this done. So we need you to like put yourself there. I know like in the military, most of the people are very intimidating. So it's kind of hard for you to be vulnerable. So like when she was saying about like the three senses of worthiness, sorry, like the courage and the compassion and the connection. It's like when I was reading that, I was like, okay, they all kind of like have something in common. And I was like, okay, like pretty much what I got out of like this whole three things is like that you need to put yourself out there, like no matter how hard or how like uncomfortable you're gonna be, but that's how you have to, like I think that's how I got this opportunity here in Alaska, like to become an assistant manager. Like I literally, the first time I met my DM, I was like, I'm putting myself out. I was like, this is what I want. I was blank with her. I never been blank to anybody else. Like, this is who I am. That's what I need. I was like, would you be on board? What do you think? So I literally put myself there. And then another thing that she said was like, practice gratitude and joy. Like I do see that, like coming from a third country word, we do have more people that they have less and they are more grateful than the people here. Like there's a big difference. Like in Brazil, like when I go back home, visit people, I drive to places and people have like nothing. Like literally they live in this little bitty place and they know they don't have anything, so they are vulnerable for like anything out there, and they are the nicest people, and they will willing to take their shoe off that they don't really have only one pair to give it to you. So it's kind of like be grateful for things. And then when she was saying that, I was like, you know what, the like people that have less are more grateful and more vulnerable than people that have so much. And it's so weird because like the way I was seeing is like all the leaders, they don't want to look they are vulnerable to us because they look like there's a weakness. And then I was like, you know what, like maybe that's what they need. They need to show that they care about us, that they like there for us. I don't know, that's what I took out of it. Aaron, do you want to finish up?
Yeah, I do. So I think the quote I got the best out of it for me was the less you talk about shame, the more you have it. I really liked that. I thought that was like a good quote because, you know, most people nowadays are not most people nowadays are not going to talk about their shame and their vulnerability. I sure as heck don't. Like that is not something I'm very open about. Like I'll be open about pretty much anything else, but you know, when it comes down to it, like insecurities and vulnerability is not something most people are willing to talk about, unless it was like, you know, the one she was talking about in the video. But like you know, it's like a hard thing, and like pushing through that is not easy. And I've literally experienced that at work. Like, you know, like if you have to deal with like something you're not wanting to, like, you know, as a shift, like you have to deal with like rude customers, or like the other day I had to deal with this dude who was like really high in my Starbucks, and like the cops got called, and it was just like crazy. And I was like shaking afterwards, because it was like I was scared, but like, you know, I had to push through that. And so like, you know, it's stuff like that. You can't hide from the emotions, because that just, you know, it's not a good thing to bury emotions down. You know, and then another quote I really liked was the what is it? We are afraid of the uncertain, or I don't know the exact quote, but it was like, you know, we're afraid of the uncertain, but it's more important to embrace it than to, you know, avoid it. I really liked that certain uncertain quote. It was really good. But yeah, it was. I really liked that video. It was like my favorite one.
All right. So moving on, guys.
So, should I point out that I hadn't speak yet?
We don't let Android speak.
Yeah, Androids
ahead.
don't go.
Yeah, you're not vulnerable, so we're like, you know what? You good. You got this.
To be fair, my response is the exact opposite of everyone's.
What? All right, go on.
Which, by the way, that means I'm doing the challenger's job, whichever one of you hasn't spoken up yet.
Okay, well, let's just hear what you have to say first.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, the prompt was about our emotional reaction, not whether or not we agree with the facts she presented or anything like that. That being said, I have two emotions: annoyance and boredom. I was annoyed with her in the beginning because of her natural resentment of the concept of storyteller, because of the cliche undermining and demeaning look upon creators and artistic people. And obviously, you know, being a musician, a writer, and whatnot, I have a very extensive history with, I guess, the arts, as you know, some of you guys do, except for Aaron, who plays the ukulele. So
hey, I hone my craft in my drinks at Starbucks, okay?
Yeah, maybe you should just stick to
Yes, Marina!
Oh, I'm just going to leave. So
yes!
when she opened up with like, to me, what's a really old and outdated approach of science versus the arts, I stopped really caring about what she had to say, because that's outdated and that's kind of silly. But the rest of it was just boredom, because it's nothing new to me. Like, it's stuff that's absolutely factual and I agree with, but it wasn't presented in anything that's new. I also don't get very like tear jerky, so I think her big plate of pathos kind of was wasted on me, but obviously it applied well to you guys, which I think was great. I just wanted to shut the video off and do something entertaining or educational.
I thought she was entertaining because she was all over the place.
That just makes her that just loses credibility to me.
Paul, what do you mean, like, the outdated science versus the arts? Because she talked about how she, like, she collects qualitative data versus, like...
That's another thing. Okay, sorry, I'll get into that. That's another thing I wrote down in my notes. I was, so my initial resentment is what you're asking about, is that she came on, and when the person who needed to describe her wanted to describe her as a storyteller, she didn't like that, because she looked down on that concept, on the very thought of being a creator.
She thinks of herself as a scientist, not as an artist. So that's not downplaying artists. That's saying I am a scientist.
No, but she was offended by it. There's a difference. Now, she wasn't upset factually. She was upset because of how she said it would make her look to her peers.
She's talking about, listen, all these degrees I got, you ain't finna storyteller me. You finna include these degrees when you introducing me.
There's plenty of degrees in the art world.
We're not saying that there aren't.
I know. She was.
I think, Paul, you were offended.
Yeah, I think what Paul was trying to say, I'm not trying to defend Paul, guys, but I'm trying what Paul was trying to say is that she felt shame, even though she was talking about shame and vulnerability, but she felt shame that they didn't put all the work that she did for so long. They just put her as like something that's trying to tell the story. She wants people to see that she's vulnerable for like more things that she does, not only for like tell stories. I don't know.
That's actually the exact thing she did that I was upset about.
I think
says that storytelling is less.
I think, well, like, cause like, wasn't she was talking about how like, oh, if like, you just say you're a researcher, no one's gonna show up,
Yeah,
right?
but she
Like,
said you can call me a storyteller researcher because she did a self-assessment and said, you know what, you are right. I am telling a story about this data that I have collected.
Right, and that happened later. I'm saying her initial reaction is what annoyed me.
I
didn't-
understand what you're saying, Paul. Like, I definitely know like where you're coming from. I didn't feel those emotions, but like I understand.
my thought on it is like, if you're gonna call yourself a storyteller researcher, I think the people that think storytelling is boring anyway, slash like TED Talks in general aren't gonna show up. You're already talking to an audience. Like, I don't think it's relevant to me. Like, it just seems really like
I like a
whatever.
good
Just do your TED,
storyteller.
like just do your TED Talk, like whatever. That's how I think of it. Like, just go on. I kind of skipped that first part anyways. Like, after that,
Did
I was
you?
like, okay,
See?
go a little bit.
I like a good storyteller. My sister is an excellent
No,
storyteller.
I don't mean to. I'm not trying to. I
No,
agree.
no,
I like a
I'm
good
just
story.
saying, like, I mean, a good storyteller makes you want to just dive in. Like,
Yeah, for
she's
sure.
a wordsmith. When she was pregnant, she said, she's like, basically, I'm a zombie delicacy, Amber, because I'm a person inside of a person, and I can't watch The Walking Dead. And I was like, I have never thought about that, but you're right. You are a delicacy right now. You are a human inside of another human. You're right.
The Walking Dead sucks anyways.
And I couldn't think of anything else when I was pregnant. I was like, oh, good God, they're going
I'm
to eat
sorry,
me.
Aaron, do you want to say that again?
The Walking Dead is awful.
I am going to say this in front of you, my team, and Dr. Chanley. I'm going to bang your dad. And now, no, listen,
Alright,
now
leaving this
I'm not
meeting.
going to kiss him.
I'm not gonna.
Oh, my God, Paul. Lord have mercy.
I am so...
Guys,
that is
I
a
gotta go pray after hearing
I
that.
feel like I
know.
need to pray as well, Cheyenne. Lord have
Paul, I'm
mercy.
praying for you.
You know what? As the timekeeper, I need to say that we don't have time for Aaron's incorrect assessment.
We don't have time for your disgusting remarks.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
I'm the facilitator. I'm moving on so we don't keep going. Are you done with your part, Paul?
Yeah, I'm
I
done.
will
There was
mute
nothing
you
to the
as
video.
the host. I will turn that mic off if you keep it up.
Please do. All right, moving on to number 10 without Paul comments. Other thoughts or comments in this discussion besides Paul? I'm kidding. You guys good?
No.
Okay. 11. Any questions for Dr. Chanley? No.
You are the weirdest man I've ever met.
Oh my God.
All right. 12. If everybody's good. How did this meeting go?
Well, it took a dark turn there.
Yeah, it really did.
Paul.
Time-wise, we're just at the hour mark, so we actually did really well. Record.
Yay.
I feel like we're
Okay.
getting better, guys. Like our meetings are not taking as long.
Remember that 3-hour meeting?
Oh my
Stop,
god.
Ethan. Oh my god.
That took forever. We were up so late that night too.
Yeah, and I was like convinced every meeting after it was gonna be like that too.
Yes, same. I was like, oh my god, I pray to God there's not another one like that. Oh my.
Yeah, we locked it down.
We got it.
So 13. Any changes needed for the next meeting? I don't think so because we still have like 6 points.
Well, the feedback.
Feedback. Same thing as the last two modules. There's
Yeah.
no feedback.
To be fair, we've had our meetings back to
Isadora,
back.
as the
Got a lot
facilitator,
to
do
do.
you want to, after we've chosen our meeting, just send Dr. Chanley a reminder that we still need to do these, feedbacks for whatever the next meeting is so that it's done in time?
I can email her. Yeah, I'll make a
Yeah,
note.
I will say she's got a lot to do, though.
No, I know, but if she's just going in an order, but we're kind of ahead of maybe the other groups because we started right away.
Maybe so.
Should we just do that as a question? Like question her right now because she's gonna watch our video anyway.
No, I know. I'm just saying, well, when is she going to watch it, though? Because technically she may watch this after, this next meeting is occurring.
I'm gonna make a note.
I never did find where to put in our meeting time. So, Paul, have you still been doing that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Go call.
Alright,
Gold star.
cool. All right, so any change? So like 14, review the instructions for the next meeting and set up roles and dates and time. I think we're still good because we're all going to be in the same thing since we all agreed to keep on the same module. And then preparation needed for module 6 assignment discussion. This is the module 6.3, during which you each share yourself and teammate assessments. You guys want to, how do we want to vote for this? Like, because we have to pick 2, right? Like each of us have to pick 2 today, so we can make that for next time.
We all do too.
We have, so ours and one more? No,
Wait.
Yeah.
I thought it was 2 people. I did mine and 2 other people.
Yeah, that's it. Isidore is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we'll do a total of 3.
Okay.
Oh my God.
You like that one?
All right, so how do we want to do this? We can do it alphabetically. Who's okay? Aaron, you can do Amber and then Cheyenne, and then Amber can do Cheyenne.
Oh wait, I gotta write it down. I'm gonna forget.
I resisted the urge to make that Aaron joke this entire class.
Don't let Paul.
Oh, I get it. I literally get it way too much. I do not care. It's whatever.
Paul and Aaron cannot go together.
My brother's name is Daniel, so he got the damn Daniel like treatment. So
That's
we've been on both sides of the memes.
What a quality vine.
I know, right? Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white bands.
I
That's
think
so
the guy
much
who
worse.
says it should be more famous than Daniel, but whatever. Okay.
Yeah, that guy went on Ellen.
Yeah.
He did,
And he gets like a
and
life.
he won.
A surfboard,
Yeah.
which has nothing to do with the. Doesn't matter.
All right, guys, let's pick. Okay, you guys okay with what Marina was saying? So like go alphabetically, or what do you guys want to do?
That's
So
fine.
who would that be? Would that be like Bowman and?
Well, I was gonna say Aaron can do Amber and then Cheyenne, and then Amber can do Cheyenne and Isadora, and then
Okay.
Cheyenne does Isadora and A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O
Because it would just circle
Yeah.
back.
P, then me, and then
I
yeah,
would.
so everyone just does like the 2 people under them.
Yeah,
But
that's
then
fine.
Your
Okay,
last.
I'll do you and Paul.
So wait, who do I have? Aaron and Cheyenne?
You have
You
Aaron
and me
and Amber.
Oh.
and
You.
Aaron.
Oh, right. Yeah, Aaron and Amber. There we go. Why do I always forget that there's an AM? I don't know why.
And Amber?
Yeah, like no, like I literally went A for Aaron and then C, as if there was not another A. I don't know why.
How dare you?
No, I'm terrible. All right, make sure. So I'm doing Marina and Paul, and then myself.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I'm doing. I'm
Yeah, we should-
reviewing.
All
yeah,
of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm reviewing Amber and Cheyenne.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then Cheyenne, and then Amber would do Cheyenne and me,
Uh-huh. Okay.
and then Cheyenne would do
You
me
You.
and you.
and me.
Isadora. I think that'll work out so all of us have 2 then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then that's
I'll
fine.
do Paul and Aaron. Cool.
I'm going to do an extra one for Paul because I have things I'd like to share.
I think we all should do one for the Android of this.
Yeah.
Reasons
I'm
why
gonna
I like
wreck
it
you.
better.
Okay.
Paul,
So-
legit, let me just say this as someone in insurance. You cannot say stuff like that. You are going to get sued, man. Like a lot.
Hey, you're telling me I'm
You
human
said you
resources.
the CEO. I'm going to need you to pull it together. Like, I'm so upset. Stop it. Okay, that's it. I'm done.
All right. So
I still think what Aaron said was worse, but you know. Whatever.
Well, you
Me? I
Yay.
said it in a group chat.
No, I mean,
Okay.
I'm in The Walking Dead.
Anyway.
Oh, come on.
I
oh my
will.
guys,
Yeah.
moving on.
Yes.
15. Please
Wait,
look
we need to
ahead.
set a time.
What? Sorry.
We need to set a date for the next meeting before we
Okay.
get on to 15.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. I'm skipping.
Okay.
You guys want to do, because I think I was talking to Amber about that. Do you guys want to do this week since next week is short, and then we still have to do pretty much like 2 videos. So like do one this week and one more next week since you already started early. I don't know
Can we do Friday again, guys?
if everybody's okay.
We have 2 more videos, right?
Yeah.
After this, yeah, we have 2 more. So we could do one on Friday and then one like early next week. And be
I
ahead
am
of schedule.
unavailable Friday and Saturday.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
Oh, you said that you have somebody coming in town, family in town.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys want to do Sunday like we did last week? Is everybody okay on Sunday or no?
I'm pulling on my sketchy wedgie.
Not a
Sketchy
sketchy wedgie.
Okay, if anyone needs to get bullied, it's her.
I disagree.
Clearly.
I disagree. And besides, your voice alone could like shield you. You're fine.
Okay, I do have a problem next week. On
Okay.
Monday, I'm okay. If we do, I cannot do Monday night next week because I'll be flying. And I can't change that
Okay.
for work.
She going to train some baristas.
Fairbanks. I'll be flying back actually, so I'll be Fairbanks.
I mean, there is Wi-Fi on the plane.
It's a 45. It's a 40.
It's
I think it's like
garbage Wi-Fi.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't. As soon as I connect, guys, I will be disconnect.
Yeah.
So it won't work.
So we have to do 2 more meetings before, is it October 9th?
11.
Before the
10th.
11th of
Oh.
before the 11th.
Yeah. So that's what I was suggesting. I know
That's-
it's kind of pushing, but like do one more this week. So for next week, if something happened, at least we have room for something else. Since it's not a whole weekend, you know.
So I
Sunday.
was gonna say I close Sunday, so I mean, and I know Cheyenne, do you have your Sundays are later, right? Or am I right after 2 or something?
I just after 1. I'm usually home by like, yeah, I'm home by 12:45 or 1, so I'm available after that.
Gotcha. I closed that night. Could try switching though.
If Sunday works, I can skip church that day because I know that we need to get it done. So if Sunday morning like works for everybody else, or
Oh,
Sunday,
I can do Sunday morning. I don't work till 2 p.m. my time, which is earlier for you guys.
I think
You want to just do it really early before you go to church, Cheyenne?
either way is fine.
Is that good for you, Marina?
Well, I don't know what time because I get off, I work like 4 a.m. to 11.
Okay.
So Cheyenne, what time?
Wait, but you are in Florida, right? So what time
Yeah,
is
so-
it?
So that's why,
I don't think that would work with my time though, because I go in at 2. There would have to be that gap there.
yeah, it'd have to be, really tight. I do want to say I open Sunday to Friday. Like literally, I just
Ooh.
6 opens in a row.
Ooh,
Oh my
Lord.
God.
Um,
Bless
I think
bless your heart. That's awful.
Don't even get me started. So, I don't know. Oh boy.
So Sunday's out. Sorry.
Sunday's not out. I can switch. Or it will you wait, do you open this Sunday, Marina?
I open, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. So yeah, I wouldn't work in the morning. It'd have to be after or unless like I switch.
So I'm trying to think. I know this is like immediately the next thing on the agenda, but we have to review the instructions for 6.2 and 6.3. I have looked at 6.2, but what's the last meeting agenda look like? Does anybody know?
I
I
can
haven't
pull it
looked
up
yet.
now.
Because I'm thinking, not like back to back, but like, is there a way maybe we do them in the same day or something? I don't know.
I was thinking about that too, but then I thought about like all the feedback that she hasn't given to us. I don't know how much
Yeah.
have to really add on.
So it doesn't look like she has the agenda.
But I'm looking at the assignment.
I guess there's no meeting then. Ha ha ha.
If it doesn't scan, it's free, right?
Yeah,
I hate that so much.
What were you saying, Cheyenne?
Oh,
The
you're right.
instructions for it, there's no agenda posted, but it's like if I'm looking at the right one. We are sharing like a strength from our self-assessment, how we can improve that, stuff like that.
The nonverbal language and course learning reflection.
Huh?
You're talking about in module 7?
Oh,
No, 6.3.
Oh, 6.3. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I jumped too far ahead.
so
There's no agenda for that one either, by the way.
I was gonna say it would be weird if there was one for that one.
it looks like we're just going through our assessments basically and doing strengths and how we can improve.
I guess we could combine them the way you knock it all out. Because I don't think I have like 30 minutes just to feedback for one person. I don't know.
Mhm.
What do you guys want to do?
As far as this week goes, I have the schedule up till Sunday. I don't have my next week's. I do not have a picture of my next week's schedule. I'm pretty sure I'm off Tuesday though. I'm always off Tuesdays for some reason.
Okay.
But worst case scenario, I can switch or let you guys know in advance before that. But I go into work tomorrow. So.
Well, but then Cheyenne's gonna miss another.
Oh
two.
yeah. I keep forgetting.
It's fine. Because we have to get it in. But
Okay.
I was gonna ask. So for Sunday, Marina, you're off at 11. Erin, you have to go
Could try to switch.
2. What time do you have to leave for work?
I'm 5 minutes from work. It's basically 10 with traffic. I try to be there a little early. I leave at like 15 till, so like 1:45 at the late, like bare maximum. I have to leave at 15 till.
Marina, how long does it take you to get like back home?
It's how long I'm nervous that this meeting is gonna, I would say, assuming I can leave like when I'm scheduled to leave, which like literally never happens, I could be home by like 11:20.
Mm-hmm.
We could do, even if Erin can't switch, if you can, I know my store sometimes at work, somebody can just cover part of your shift, so I don't have to find someone for the whole day. So like maybe we do like from 12 you guys time until like 2, and then you go in at 4, just to like, I don't know.
I mean,
Get
I could.
room.
Ye-
I don't know.
Yeah, I could try to work that out.
Or
Maybe.
we could pick another day too. It's up to you guys. But I don't know. So like today's Tuesday. Tomorrow is pushing to close, and then Thursday, then we have Friday. So like,
Friday, Marina won't be available.
oh yeah. So, and then she won't enjoy much of her family either.
What?
I'm not available Friday or Saturday either, so it
That should be
kind of works
fun.
out in that sense.
So if you guys want to pick something on Sunday, and then if it doesn't work, we can use our group chat thing
We-
on text message.
Is
Yeah.
Thursday a problem this week?
Like tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Wednesday, man. It's Tuesday.
Oh, it's 1 a.m. so it says it's Wednesday for me.
I don't know. It's Thursday. What is
What
Thursday?
time Thursday?
We would just have to do it in the evening when you're done, Cheyenne.
Okay, I will probably be home not till like 9, so that's like midnight.
Oh, okay.
But Marina opens.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
This is
So-
what I'll say. I mean, inevitably, I'm going to have to, like, pull an all-nighter one of these upcoming nights to do our meetings. So if we can fit both meetings in on the same night, that'd be preferable, just so I don't, like, because I can't go, like, not sleep open,
Mhm.
sleep open, not sleep open. Like, I can't do, my body won't allow me to do that.
Yeah.
So
You
I
want
don't
it Sunday, so you don't have to do that? If Aaron can get somebody to cover some of his time, we could do Sunday when you get when you get
Aaron
home.
just got angry and left the group chat.
Who did?
Aaron,
He was frozen.
no.
I know he's not here, but since like let's give you a time, let's say like something happened and you can't make, do you want to do like a noon on Sunday, you guys' time? And then if Eric can find someone to cover at least a couple hours of his shift, then we can do back to back on Sunday and he'll be fine to get back like around 4. So the way he can still close and not have somebody like being mad at him, you know?
Mhm.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay. Does Thursday like work for everybody? Like, I'm willing to skip my thing if we can like do both of our meetings that night. That way, Marina, like, how do you feel about that?
I think Aaron said he closes.
Does he
No.
close on Thursday?
Well, we know he doesn't close on Tuesday. I'm not sure.
I just asked him, so he'll send us in the group text for sure if he closes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So so we need to do our self and teammate written assessments and just turn those in, but that's a meeting.
Wait, what?
No, that's not a meeting. It needs to be submitted prior to the meeting.
Right.
That's why I'm
Okay.
confused. Okay.
So he does close Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Does Tuesday work for everybody?
Tuesday is in
Next-
Next Tuesday?
Tuesday's too late. We have to have this done by October 6th.
Oh, just kidding.
Dang, I feel like we have these meetings back to back to back, yet we're like barely.
making. I know.
I guess it's a really condensed course.
Well, she did say specifically this module is short, so
Mm-hmm.
So
Do we have to have both of them done by?
no, this one by the 6th,
this
the
one by
next
the
one by the
6th.
11th.
Okay, so what do you guys think if we did a meeting Thursday after Aaron gets off? It'll be a late night, and then next Tuesday I can skip my thing, and then we can do our last meeting Tuesday night.
I think Marina was trying to do all in one, so she wouldn't mix
Well,
It's going to be
I
very
really-
late, though.
what?
That'll be so late for you.
But the thing, like the other night when I had like 2 hours in between the end of the meeting and work, I couldn't sleep. Like, because I'm so, I'm in my academic mindset. So I'm like, I know I'm not going to sleep those nights that I have to stay up, which is fine. But what if we did Thursday and then Sunday, or no?
You can do that. That way it's not too long on Sunday. Maybe Aaron will have time to go to work.
And if Sunday's our last one, I couldn't imagine it being a 2-hour meeting. Like if I'm home by let's say 11:15 we start, and he has to go by 12:30ish. I mean that's.
No, he said 2. He has to be there at 2.
Yeah, so he has to leave at
1:45.
1:45, he said.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
and
like-
realistically, if he is there, he could just go first to
Yeah.
receive his and share his. And then if he needs to leave early, he was already participating and was here.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
do
very
that then. So Thursday and then Sunday.
true.
So,
Okay, for sure we can do on Sunday for sure. So now it's just a matter of either Thursday or Tuesday.
How about Aaron on Thursday? I forgot. He said he
Did
can
he-
expect to switch.
I'm asking him right now.
okay.
Okay, so what time are we doing Sunday?
Sunday we are doing, okay, let me think about it. So 11:15, so
Give yourself to get home and breathe. So
okay, if we say 11:30, that'd be 10:39, 8:30 your guys' time?
okay.
8:30 Arizona time?
On
Yeah.
this Thursday,
Time is it or
No,
On
Sunday.
Sunday,
on Sunday, 8:30 p.m.,
a.m.
a.m.
8:30 a.m.,
Which is
Sunday,
7:30 a.m. for me.
8:30 a.m. on Sunday, the 6th.
Yes.
Okay. 10:06. 8:30 a.m. is your time. And this is when our team
All right. So Aaron's
And
good for Thursday
self-assessment.
night.
What time does he get off?
10:30. So we'd probably start 11 p.m. AZ time.
On the
Sorry, 11 p.m. Texas time. Where does he live?
Eastern.
Tennessee.
Eastern Tennessee.
Tennessee. I was wrong.
Well, at least we know. No, you know what? I was about to say something, and I caught myself.
Okay, so Thursday.
The 10th.
No. This Thursday.
This
Thursday.
Thursday, the 3rd.
Remember, it has to happen before the 6th.
Okay, and I apologize because now I'm confused. So there's going to be a meeting on Sunday, Arizona time, 10 to 6, but that's going to be for Module 7,
Yes.
8:30 a.m. Oh, okay. See, okay. So 8:30 a.m. on Sunday. Okay, Sunday. And then the Thursday one, tell me again.
I believe is all the feedback, right, that we have to give. It's like the
The team assessment, and that one's gonna happen. I would say to give Aaron time to get home, 11 p.m. his time and Marina's time.
which
Okay.
is what, 3 hours earlier.
8 for us, 7 for you, Isadora.
Okay, unlike today.
So 8 p.m. On October the 3rd.
Mhm.
Okay.
Um,
And then, Aaron's back. Can
Sorry
I
about
say
that.
one more thing and then I'm done complicating things?
you're good.
If Aaron can switch set shifts so he doesn't work Thursday, is everybody available to do the meeting like an hour or two earlier? Like
Yes.
maybe like 7 Arizona time or 6 Arizona time?
We could do 6:30.
That doesn't really work for Cheyenne.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine.
Well, no. I mean, when do you get home from your like prior engagement?
I wouldn't get home till like 8:45.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
this is one of our last meetings, so like I'm willing to skip this because we're almost done. And at any point, like somebody's gonna have to make the sacrifice. So
So if you skipped it, what time would you be available?
I'm off that day, so literally any time.
On Thursday.
On Thursday?
Is anybody else available during Thursday? Everybody else
close.
during the day? Yes, everybody else is during the day? Okay,
Yep.
hold on. Let me check
I
some.
mean, I work during the day, but
What time do you get off work?
I get off at 6:30.
6:30.
So that's 3:30 for Arizona.
Okay, hold on. Let me check my schedule, y'all. See if I can just use some time, okay?
Oh yeah, Cheyenne, what if we do it before the start of your meeting?
Yeah.
So let me see here. It's thinking, guys. Give me one moment, please. I have to log into my stuff.
No worries.
Yeah, that was so weird. My internet just cut out randomly, but only on my laptop. Everything else was fine.
Okay.
We thought you were mad at us.
Yeah, I rage quit.
Good.
All right. 1 second. Lord have mercy. I've lost everything. I don't know where it went. I'm sorry. I can't even see my screen anymore, guys. I don't know what happened.
At least we're still recording. That's good.
Okay. Found it. You know, it's so strange without a hold button because I sure would put y'all on a brief hold, okay?
Can you listen to the music? I can sing.
Hold on, I have to get the token. Because this system is like Fort Knox, excuse me. What? Got 16 messages? Lord Jesus.
I got one from the cat, and then I never looked back.
Oh, yeah?
That's a long time ago.
He sat on the keyboard for a hot minute.
Did he?
And I don't know if you guys saw her ears like poking in and out. Yeah.
No.
I saw you kind of like pushing her down. I was like, get down.
I promise I don't abuse her. So
So what time would I need to be available on Thursday, Arizona time, is what I need to know.
3 p.m.?
3:30 would be the earliest.
3:30. Okay. Okay. Hold on now.
Well, Paul, are you okay on Thursday? I don't think we asked you. Can you do early on Thursday?
Me? Yeah.
Okay.
Aaron,
What's up?
Thursday good for you?
Like early Thursday,
Yeah, what time do you have to go into work?
2 p.m.
Oh.
Eastern Standard. Yeah.
Dang it!
But I said I could try to switch,
Hold
but it's
on.
just kind of last moment,
Can
so I don't
everybody?
know.
Is the morning on Thursday okay for everybody or no?
I don't.
No,
It's not
it's
because
not.
Marina
No,
opens.
really early for you guys.
Okay.
That would be very
If you
early
guys
for
want to
you
do 3 a.m., I'm down.
Do it.
Y'all can get a taste of me and Aaron's
Wait.
mother.
It's 3 a.m. Well, like it'll be 1 a.m. for me, so it'll be like
2 a.m. for you.
2 a.m.
Okay.
for me.
So I don't need to
That's
try and
not
be.
how the time works, Isadora.
Okay, that's fair. So I just need to confirm I don't need to try and take time off on Thursday during the day. Don't do that.
No.
No, because Aaron closes.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
Okay.
Right. Actually, I think this will work. We all quit our jobs so we can just do this last meeting.
Yes.
Fine.
But that would be our last class because Starbucks is paying for our class. Would be it.
Not for Amber and I. We're paying for our education.
Actually, USAA is paying for mine.
Only the Android. I'm sorry.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I will take your 10 grand a year. Thank you.
Also, Aaron, I don't know if you're in the group chat, but you were in the thing when we decided, but Sunday we're gonna do like 11:30 to like 1:30.
Like our time, like at night.
Yeah,
That's
no,
fine.
no, no.
No, in the morning.
Oh,
So
on
that way-
Sunday.
Yeah. So
Wait, what are we?
because you leave for work at like 1:45 at the latest, so we can have like I get off work at like 11ish, so we'll do 11:30 to like 1:30.
Oh,
And
then
we're
what are
gonna-
we discussing for Thursday? Oh, we're trying to do both meetings this week.
Yeah, we're just scheduling both of them right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I
just
see.
reconfirming, then we'll do one this Thursday at 8 p.m. Arizona time, and then we're going to do one on Sunday, 8:30 a.m. Arizona time.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought trying
Wait,
till 9.
yeah.
It's okay. I can go to part of it and I'll leave early and it'll be fine.
And then Aaron, on Sunday when you have to work, we're going to have you go first as far as sharing your assessments and getting feedback, so that if you do need to leave early, you'll have already participated fully.
Okay, and then okay, hold on. I want to write down both dates so I make sure I'm
But
good.
also, Cheyenne, 45 minutes isn't a big deal. So like, if you want to do it at 9:40, or I mean like 9:45, just.
Either way is fine with me. Like, yeah. You have to open the next day. And I know that that's not a big deal, but like compared to the amount of sleep you're getting, but that's a little bit extra time to wind down. So
Okay.
yeah, let's just keep it at 8.
Okay.
All right, so what are the times for each day?
So 8 p.m. on Thursday the 3rd, and then on Sunday at 7. Oh, sorry.
8:30 a.m. So both Arizona times.
9, 10. So 11 a.m. my time on Thursday a.m.
11:30.
11:30 a.m.
Wait, on Thursday?
On Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Sorry, 11:30 Sunday.
Okay. Scratch that, Aaron. Let's start over.
I
So-
thought he said Sunday because he said AM.
Okay. So Thursday, October the 3rd, it's going to be 8 p.m. Arizona time.
Okay.
Then on Sunday, October the 6th, then it's going to be 8:30 a.m. Arizona time.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Okay, one quick question. So on this Thursday meeting, since there's not much of it, we're just doing the feedback, right? Like
You'll complete your self-assessment and then your 2 people, and it needs to be submitted prior to the meeting. So Thursday, 7 p.m.
meet it tomorrow. Got it.
or tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
So moving on to the last question.
Yes.
So 15. Please look ahead at module 7 as you have only a short time to hold the discussion meeting. And that's it for today.
So we looked ahead. There's no agenda for it. So I guess we'll get that when everybody gets that.
I will email Dr. Chandler like right now. maybe I should wait because it's kind of 10 o'clock. I'll email tomorrow morning and I'll ask her about our feedback, like what we should do, because then probably on Thursday, then we have to discuss the feedback as well.
And then there is an agenda for Module 7 already.
Oh, okay, let me look back at it. I guess maybe I was in the wrong place. Is it under the
It's 7.1 final team discussion meeting.
Oh, okay. I was looking in the learning materials. Thank you.
Dang, this is a lot.
Is it? Oh my goodness.
There's just a lot of like questions, but it looks like it's just overview of the course. Like, what did we like? What did we not like? There's one case study that we have to go over. So it's a lot of questions, but I think it'll be really easy.
Okay. Okay.
So that means we have to do the assessments on Thursday. I know that we're set for 8 right now, but Erin, would you be open to like seeing if anybody's like willing to trade? And then if so, like we bump it up a couple hours, because that's gonna be a long meeting. And so
Yeah.
help Marina out. And
On
then
Thursday?
keep it at 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll see if I can switch Thursday. If not, we'll just keep it as is. And if I can, then we can push it back, right?
Push it forward.
Yeah. Make it earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Paul, you okay over there? Your eyes are rolling to the back of your head.
Yeah, sorry, I'm good.
He's distracted.
I am. Well, my part of this has been done, so I'm watching something.
Well, you're doing a horrible job of timekeeping then, because you should have told us we gotta go.
We don't have to go. We're actually doing pretty good considering we're getting things done and staying constructive. Thank you.
We are. You're not doing anything.
Actually, I'm the most efficient. I've been good.
No, I don't want to hear it.
Well, then mute
Okay.
me. Use.
So,
Can I mute you?
Bastard.
Oh, okay.
do you? Okay, I don't want to push this for Marina, but like, do you guys? Since Thursday is gonna be a long time for you guys, so do you want to schedule something for Sunday already, or do you want to do that on Thursday?
We did.
No, like, cause it's gonna be a new module. Like, do you want to?
So Sunday. Oh, for roles.
Yeah.
Oh, for roles.
Do you
To
just
like,
want to keep what we have? Because honestly, we're basically just gonna need. I don't think that we need a submitter. We don't really need a challenger. Like, so
Yeah.
whoever.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, that's fine. I haven't facilitated, but I have
yeah, that's what I was
facilitated
gonna say.
before.
Like, I don't know if she wants you
honestly.
facilitated.
No. I'm fine. I promise. I've had practice.
I can.
No. We're good.
You're
Absolutely.
okay.
Hmm.
All right. So that's it, guys. We'll see you guys in a couple days.
Alrighty.
Yep.
All right. Good night,
Bye.
guys.
Good night.
Night.